So I was able to see West Side Story a couple weeks back, and it has finally hit theaters, so let's talk about it. Hi, my name is Sean, and I love to talk about movies way too much. With that in mind, go ahead and join me down below in the comment section. Share your thoughts on West Side Story, and as you go into it, give a point of reference. Are you a big fan of musicals and the original, or are you just going into this as a fan of movies? I would love to hear your thoughts on it. Now, as we go into this, just to give you a point of reference, Steven Spielberg is my favorite director of all time, but I don't feel like the last 10, 15 years has been his best work in general. I'm also not really a fan of musicals. I don't hate musicals or anything like that, but it's not a genre I naturally gravitate towards. And when it comes to West Side Story, I've seen the original before, I know all the iconic songs from it, but as I was watching the movie, I'd forgotten some of them were from specifically West Side Story. But, back in high school, I believe we watched it, read it, and then wrote some papers on it. So I'm familiar with it, but certainly not a film that I have deep knowledge of by any stretch of the imagination. So for the most part, I was going in just knowing the main big beats of the film, not knowing a lot of the specifics, just watching this as a new, slick Steven Spielberg film. With that said, what did I think about it? And I just thought this was a very well-made film. On just a production level, on technical aspects, it looks gorgeous. Everything is just designed to perfection. The shots are exciting, exhilarating. There's so much depth in each frame with the use of lighting, the stage design, everything about the technical side to things is just really well done. And it feels like if you took the classic source material and brought it to life with the absolute best of 21st century technology, techniques, all of that fun stuff. It is a classic musical. It's the old songs. It's the old way of dance choreography. It's all of that. It feels traditional in that sense. It's not trying to reinvent the musical genre, but it's bringing it to life with the best of modern technology. And so it's just a gorgeous looking film. Everything about it is immaculately staged, wonderfully designed. And, to me, this feels like the most lively film that Spielberg has directed in quite some time. And he's done some adventure films in the last decade and some fun stuff, but this is the one that really felt his heart and soul seemed to be poured into it. So from there, kind of going into the plot of it, yeah, I knew the beats. I knew around when someone was going to die and tragedy at the end, all that fun stuff. But not knowing exactly how it played out, the exact moments and things like that, had just enough freshness to it that I felt that this was a very powerful, moving rendition of the story that just you buy into the conflict in the neighborhood, why everyone feels disenfranchised, why people don't trust each other, as well as the governmental systems in place that leads to this scenario of just kind of escalating circumstances where everyone is kind of making some bad choices, but you understand where they're coming from. And not that they're in the right, not that you agree with their worldview, but you see from their perspective, their narrow world, you know why they're making the choices that they're making. And it's scripted, the story is crafted in such a way that you just see each of their character flaws, each of their worldviews being one small piece that's leading to you see the dominoes being set up all throughout the first half of the film of what people are passionate about, what drives them, as well as what flaws they have, the weaknesses of their worldview. And then as it starts to get pushed over, you can just see these little moments, these little choices that could have been made all along the way that could have stopped us from leading to this final outcome. That if each one of these people had just made a slightly different choice, and that's what makes it so tragic, so compelling when you get to the end of it and realize that there's not really heroes in this story. There's just a bunch of people in a bad situation making mistakes. And so much of it goes to their worldviews that lead to moments where they make the wrong choice that costs all of them dearly by the end of it. So I thought it was just really well done. It's not really my thing, though. Like, am I likely to rush out and grab West Side Story and rewatch it all the time? No, that's not really my thing. But did I think it did a great job at what it's going for? Absolutely it did. Did it draw out some big emotions? Absolutely it did. Kind of on the negative side, I think it took a little too long to get going. That there's just so much kind of stuff going on. We're setting up all the characters, all their motivations, while we have to have dance numbers and musical numbers. So there's just a lot in the first half if you want to do the proper setup and the entertainment value. But once it gets going, I just thought it was really well done. Be sure to join me down below in the comment section. Let me know, what did you think about West Side Story? And is this your thing? Are you someone that loves the original and you can draw a comparison? Like, I can't draw a comparison to the original. It's been 20 years since I've seen the original, so I can't draw any comparisons. I can't, well, this one's better than that one. No. What I can say is this is a compelling story told on technical levels wonderfully. Not really my kind of thing, though. So when you put it all together, when they announced it, it seemed like, really? Why are we doing this? Spielberg, man, I don't know that he's been at his best, but the product that he put out there is just a great version of a classic story with absolute perfection in the technical aspects. So I don't think I can actually go way high up with my score because it's just not a movie that I'm all that into, that I would rewatch. It was really well done, so I will give it a B+. And it might seem like I was raving about the movie, but that's what's kind of factoring in how much do I actually like this kind of thing. That's where that subjective side comes into it. If this is your kind of movie, I just think you'll think that it's a wonderful production of it. I thought it was a wonderful production of it. So there you have it. That's my take on it. Be sure to join me down below. Check out that video right over there. I don't even know what YouTube's recommending to you right now. And keep talking movies too much.